James Franklin, the head coach at Penn State, the erstwhile head coach at Penn State, has 50-upped me. He's being paid $50 million not to coach at Penn State. He'd been working there as head coach for 12 years, and finally they had enough. And here's what it took to get James Franklin fired. It's pretty good. 47 years ago, there was a team that lost consecutive games in which they were favored by 20 or more points. That's 47 years ago. Not 46, not 45, not 40, not 35, not 30, not 25, not 20, not 15, not 10, not 5, not ever. You have to go back 47 years to see what Penn State did the last 2 weeks. I assume you were paying attention to what happened with UCLA. I assume you were paying attention with what happened this weekend with Northwestern. I assume that you realized that Penn State losing while being 20-point favorites twice in a row was going to cause more concern for the job of a coach than being a part of and acquiescing to sexual abuse, child abuse. Staggering. We'll allow a lot of stuff here at Penn State. Yes, we will. We love it at State College. However, you're going to blow 2 games where you're a 20-point favorite. Forget it. We signed you to a 10-year deal, and you're only starting it. No problem. We will pay you out the balance of your 8 years. 8 years. It's almost impossible to believe that James Franklin got fired. It's almost impossible until you read between the lines. Reading between the lines means that no matter how badly you want your team to be better, when you are running an athletic department and you've got a coach you gave a 10-year deal to, you're not firing that coach until you know that that coach is going to be paid for outside of your budget. My view is you don't sign the coach to a 10-year deal unless it's been pre-funded by a booster, by a corporate sponsor, by a collective. You want to pre-fund this and secrete the money away in an interest-bearing account and then give me the right to fire him, not fire him, use him, not use him, then I'm good with your involvement in our coaching decision. But if you're going to come to me and say, I'm going to withhold money from you, I'm not going to support your program unless you fire this guy or unless you hire this guy, you better put your money where your mouth is. Because if you're going to take away my optionality, you're going to have to buy it. There's no way. Let me be nicer. Let me rephrase this. It is super highly unlikely that Penn State fired James Franklin without it being paid for by a company. And the rumor is it could be Adidas. The rumor is it may not be. It may be. It makes perfect sense that it would be. Adidas just basically signed a 10-year deal that is starting next year with Penn State, basically getting rid of Nike. The rumor is that Adidas gave Penn State $300 million. Do you think it's unreasonable that they would have a say in who the head coach is? Do you think it's unreasonable that they would have a say in, hey, we cannot start this deal off with such a crappy team that's losing these games where they're favored by 20 or more points? All of that is possible. No one knows it for sure, but I'm pretty much here to tell you that firing James Franklin in the way they fired him, it's got to be prepaid. They've got to have the boosters in place. They've got to have the companies in place who will give them the money year over year. You don't have to write the full check right now. James Franklin's going to get paid exactly the way he's gotten paid prior to getting fired. It's not like they're writing a $50 million check today. Is it too late for Penn State? Well, this season, of course. But when you are a program like Penn State and you are funded to the point where they're willing to make a coaching change at this point in the season, you know that you're not going to be on the mat for long. And the only reason you're ever on the mat is because of all the off-the-field stuff that you do as a university that causes shame and contempt. There is one thing people do not like, and that is the feeling that they don't have a good feeling or good control over their emotional love. And the connection that people, alums, sponsors have with Penn State is so strong that to break it, it's got to be catastrophic in nature. Losing these two games does not count as that, but Penn State and its benefactor had just about enough.